top teams in the nation set to square off and see who has the upper hand, at least for the moment. A top 10 in-conference showdown awaits. Welcome, everyone, to the home of the Fighting Irish, South Bend, Indiana, beneath the Golden Dome and Notre Dame Stadium. As we'll see a participant from last year's playoff, the Clemson Tigers, taking on a team from the playoff a year ago, the Notre Dame Fighting Irish. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, can't wait to get this one started. Notre Dame looking for a strong kick to get this one underway. The returner's going to try to see what he can get. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. This place is roaring, and it's going to be so hard to operate under these conditions. Back to pass, it's Barnett. Quarterback adapted. Escapes trouble. Get as far as you can and then get down. Don't take that hit. Here's why this one's so much fun, guys. Early in the season, sort of a proving ground type of game for a couple squads that believe they could win it all.
And we've heard so much in this offseason, right, about both of these teams and top 10 teams preseason. Now you get a chance to prove it. Like, now you get a chance to see who are the dudes on the squad. These are always fun early in the season, Jesse.
Yeah, it's going to be fun to find out what these teams are about because we've seen both teams beat up on weaker competition. We know they're both very talented, but let's see good against good and find out what they are. Man, this is a defense that prides themselves on stopping the run, and that is a huge statement on their opponent's opening drive of the game. 3rd and short, they don't just get a stop. They get a tackle for loss. That sends a very clear message that they're going to be the more physical side today.
They are backing up their pregame words. Their first drive of the game, 4th down in their own end, and they're going for it. Looking to the big tight end. It's dropped, and oh, what a tough way to end this drive. Desperately wanted to keep the ball, but they did not. Couldn't ask for better starting field position for this offense. Wants to throw on 1st down. Snagged in the middle, it's Williams. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that 1st down marker. And here comes the offense on 2nd down. He's got the tight end. They'll spot the ball at the 12 after that completion.
One of the nice things about RPOs is that it's a slow-developing mesh between the QB and running back, and that allows these receivers time to get vertically downfield and work their routes. You saw it right there on that play.
Looking to throw on 1st down. Makes the catch. And he will score. Touchdown, Irish.
And that touchdown just got this whole place going, didn't it? You got everybody doing the Irish jig. Touchdown, Jesus is happy. You got the leprechaun, he's dancing. The energy in this place right now is on another level after that score. No wonder this is such a tough place to come in and try to get a win on the road.
Fielded in the end zone, it's Gibson. He's brought down at the 16. Would have been much better off to take the touchback. Clemson ready to dial up some ball plays. They've got it on offense. That 4th down gamble didn't pay off on the last drive, and it led to giving up a scoring drive, David.
Yeah, and everybody wants to go for it on 4th down. Everybody wants that, but your defense sometimes has to bail out your decision-making. We decided to go for it. We didn't get it. The defense, Jesse, didn't come up big and prove me right.
Yeah, not complimentary football, no doubt. But look, this offense has been in these situations before, so you got to come.
Intercepted, the defense has set him up.
And I tell you what, when defenses play zone, all eyes are on the quarterback. You have a zone to drop to, but you're setting on the quarterback, reading his eyes. Great job by the defense, understanding the ball was coming out, breaks on the football, goes and makes the INT.
Fires to the big fella. They say all games count the same, but you get to this portion of the season and a chance to win a top 10 battle like this carries a little extra weight.
And whoever keeps the top 10 number beside their name after this game will have earned it, because these two teams are very talented, David. We're now at the midpoint of the season. We're starting to get an idea of who these teams are. We're going to find out a whole lot more here today, though.
Yeah, dang right. How much implications down the road does this have? But how about you get an idea of exactly where you stand right in the middle of the season, playoffs down the road, make your statement here today. And I like the quarterback making the decision quickly. I'm going to give it. I'm not going to throw the football off the RPO and just let my back get some positive yards. You're getting 5+ yards. That is a great job by the offense. Continue to stick with that.
They pull him down at the 17 after a pickup of 3.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
Oh, they're after him. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
Great job by the defense there. First off, getting pressure initially and then forcing him outside the pocket. After that, excellent effort. All eyes on the quarterback. And you see the speed this defense has. They're going to be putting a lot of heat on this guy throughout the game.
Trying to pick up a first down. 3rd and long, and he'll try to throw for it. Flushed out of the pocket. Touchdown, Notre Dame! Grabbed in the end zone to put 6 on the board.
Really nice job working the route and getting himself open. He was able to locate the football, snag it out of the air, and this guy now has 5 receiving touchdowns on the year.
Coming out with it, it's Gibson. He's brought down at the 30, but a productive return after deciding to bring it out. They'll put the ball in play from their own 30-yard line. Dropping back, it's Barnett. Looking deep. And that'll be incomplete. They tried to hit him with a big one on first down.
Well, this defense was ready for go balls. Against this receiver and his speed, he's one of the fastest in the country. They knew this quarterback was going to try to take the top off the defense. That time they couldn't link up, but if you're on defense, just know they're going to try that play again.
With the catch, it's Davidson.
And that's kind of a lot of today's running game, right? Spit the ball out quick, get it to your playmakers in space, get positive yards. It's instead of running the ball a couple yards up the middle, now you just spit it out wide, and a lot of times if you break a few tackles, it could be even bigger.
Looking to throw on 3rd. Fires to the big fella. He'll be stopped about 2 yards short of a first down. They were counting on making a few yards after the catch on 3rd down. Instead, bring it forward.
Yeah, and I think a lot of times you trust your guy. You throw it to him, and you say, I can make somebody miss or lower my shoulder and get to the sticks. The defense had none of that. Nice job tackling. Nice job forcing the 4th down.
He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Looking to the big tight end. And they gambled in their own end, and now they give up really good field position.
Man, first half being that aggressive on your side of the field, that's a different world. Like, you live in the analytics world, and I know people say go for it more often. I I don't see the point in going for it on that one early in the game in that situation.
Makes the grab. It's Gilbert. Now he's got it all the way down to the 21-yard line, and they are threatening on first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. The handoff to Johnson. Dropped after a pickup of 4 down to the 16. Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. Might be changing the route. Looking to fire. That completion will take it inside the 4, and the offense is threatening. Guys, we've come to the end of the quarter, and Notre Dame has the lead. And they jumped out to that edge early. As we wrap up the first, let's take a quick look at our game stats. They largely dominated the first quarter and built a nice lead to get started. Starting off this quarter close enough to smell the goal line. With the run on 1st and goal. And to the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Fighting Irish. How efficient have they been as they extend this lead here in Week 5?
All you can say is how impressive has this team been at home today in all 3 facets of the game. Their defense has been outstanding. We've seen some plays in special teams, and the offense continues to deliver, showing off all of the playmakers and all of the versatility they have on that side of the football. This could not be better here in the first half with the home team.
Clemson has their paws on it, and they'll send out the offense. They just haven't been able to get anything going, and they better get started or it's going to get away from them, David.
Yeah, and these are the weeks that you really wish that you were playing a video game and you could just reset the console, start over, Jesse, and make something better happen early.
It just looked like they're sleepwalking in this first half, and it's not just one guy. They just haven't been playing collectively as a unit. And if I'm the head coach, I'm considering starting to give some other dudes some chances here.
And the offense showing off the short passing game, moving the sticks. Nice job, and look at them. They're right on the football, ready to capitalize on this momentum.
The Tigers want to move quickly. In a competitive conference like the SEC, you just can't afford to start 0-1 if you want to chase a championship. Really important to get off to a good start.
No doubt, in the SEC, you've got to set the tone early. It's all about creating momentum out of the gate. Both of these teams had this game circled all offseason, David. They know what's riding on the line here.
There's so much riding on the line. Who gets to Atlanta down the road? Bragging rights, recruiting rights, all this stuff. Once you get in conference play, it means a lot every single week.
Guys, let's chat a little bit about Clemson. They got a huge boost to their defensive front in recruiting last week. 5-star backer, verbal commitment, some future help in the form of this guy, David.
Oh, baller. And these are the guys that they play running back and all over the field in high school because they're so big and strong and athletic. And it's a guy that you count on. They can come in right now and play day one with that size-speed combination.
It's complete to the left. Let's take a second and talk about Clemson. Big moment in recruiting last week. 4-star defensive back gives a verbal commitment. David, what's his adjustment going to be like?
Obviously, the adjustment of speed is a big deal, but that's why you go get a 4-star guy like this. I mean, he's got speed. He plays so many DBs at one time. This is a position I feel like you can transition to college really well. The expectations for him are going to be high.
Defense going to jam these receivers right off the line. Looking for the score. Touchdown, Clemson. Quick strike through the air for the score. Big-time touchdown there to get some much-needed momentum.
You got to find something, right? Who are you going to go to make that big play to get you back into it? You're not back in it yet. It's not tied. You're not there yet, but you're starting to inch back into it and get some momentum going.
And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. Notre Dame has the ball so far, Jesse.
No doubt. Everything their play caller is dialing up, these guys offensively have been able to go out and execute, David.
Yeah, and it's just maintaining the lead. Keep doing what you've been doing. You got a big lead. Let's just keep piling it on until they find an answer.
Notre Dame has made this second down play much more difficult after going backwards. Wants to go up top. Looking to buy time. On the run, fires downfield. And incomplete on the deep ball. Guys, let's take a step back and talk about Notre Dame. Really interesting matchup here. It's always fun when the top two teams in the conference get to square off in the regular season. With all the expansion, it's become a little bit of a rarity, hasn't it?
It has. Obviously, there's so many teams in each conference, but head-to-head still very much matters. So if you're sitting, obviously, at the top like these teams are, the head-to-head this day will really matter down the road.
Yeah, this was a game we circled way back in the preseason, expecting these two teams to be as good as they are, and now we get to find out who's the best in conference. Both these teams relishing this opportunity to show not only their opponent, but the rest of the conference who the top dog is.
Gets the first one of the day out of there. He ought to be fresh. They only used him twice in that victory last week. He'll get it up to about the 44-yard line before they slam the brakes on it. Let's see if they can get something going here late in the half. Back to throw, it's Barnett. Pulls it in, it's Williams.
How nice is it in this offense to have your best receiver playing in the slot? You're matching him up against linebackers, against safeties, or nickel corners. Nickel corners are oftentimes the defense's third best cornerback. This guy is virtually uncoverable.
And how nice is it to have the home crowd going absolutely bananas? Communication is harder. The snapping the football, everybody being on time. Man, this crowd really affecting the football.
You want to talk about shaking down thunder from the sky. That's what they're doing here on third down. Quick pass to the left, trying to get it to the marker. He's finally shoved out of bounds at the 23-yard line, and a big pickup on that one.
Well, I know the tight end did some good things after the catch, but got to give the quarterback credit, too, for the location of the throw. Because he put it out in front of his big man, he was able to make the catch and accelerate, creating some distance there between him and the defense.
Unloads to the wideout. He caught it. Stopped at the 3, but it'll be enough to give them a first and goal. And this is a really important series of plays, a chance to cut into the lead just before halftime. Pressure coming. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. They'll try to kick it into overdrive. Clock's running. Second down coming. Back to pass. Now he's going to break the pocket. And the pressure gets him back at the 8-yard line.
Man, this offense was sitting in such good position. I like the play call. I like being aggressive, but if you don't have something open right away, throw that football into the ground. Don't take a sack and now back yourself up and make it hard.
They'll try to pass it in on third and goal. Wideout trying to get it in. He got him the football, but he could not convert. It'll be fourth down. Referee signals timeout. It's the defense wanting to make sure that they have everything just right with a big play coming. This is a really big play for both teams. Fourth and goal from the 2. To the air, it's Barnett. Oh, he dropped it. He just lost his concentration and didn't look it all the way in. The decision to go for it does not pan out. Notre Dame backed up in the shadow of its own goal post, looking for room on first down. The give to the back. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain. We've got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. After picking up a couple, it's 2nd and 8. Wants to throw. He's working against the clock. Fired just a little too long as the junior frustrated. He missed that connection.
And when you're a quarterback, man, I know wide receivers are great athletes and they're supposed to catch everything that gets near them, but when you don't put it right on the center, when they're running a lot of times, it just makes it a little bit more difficult. And I think he did that a little bit too much for his wide receiver right there.
Quickly out to the tight end. Open space at the 25. And he's brought down after a huge completion.
Well, this quarterback, I think, has earned the right to take shots here late in the first half. They've had a lot of success. They've got the lead. They're not going to play it safe. He's going to make good decisions, and when he has opportunities to throw strikes, he's going to hit those throws.
Wants to go up top on 1st down. Fired just a little too long as the junior frustrated. He missed that connection.
Well, the good news is he did a nice job reading the coverage. He knew exactly where to go with the football that time. Just a little bit too much on that pass. You wonder if that's just nerves. He's got to settle himself down a little bit.
From the gun, leaves it on the inside with the back.
Listen, you got to be able to know what play to call and what hole to go through. Like the line blocks for a certain hole. Good job getting through the hole, getting what was blocked, getting a nice positive gain, making your situation really good on the next down.
The Irish trying to keep this drive moving on 3rd and short. Rides the back and leaves it. He's got 1st down yardage as they move it to the 44. Timeout called by the offense, and now they just have 1 remaining in the half. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. Looking to throw on 1st down. Extending the play. Now he'll let one fly down the left side.
And this defense, we know, they present a lot of challenges. You can see it right there, man. They shrink windows fast. They're a top 25 defense for a reason. You really better make sure you're dialed in today, or else they can make you pay in a hurry.
What will they dial up on 2nd and a long way to go? They'll throw again after the incompletion. Looking left. The pass is incomplete, and there are 2 ticks remaining on the clock.
I know that shot down the field was incomplete, but you got to keep taking shots. Those receivers love to go deep. It gives them a breath of fresh air. They get more excitement. They're going to the quarterback with a little bit more juice because you know you're feeding them. So I would keep taking deep shots down the field.
A shot for the end zone. Pass is incomplete, and that's going to do it for the first half. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update. Clemson will kick this deep to get the second half underway. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. Here come the Irish back on offense. They had this lead to start the 3rd quarter because of the passing game. Didn't get a lot done on the ground.
They did, but the quarterback is in a rhythm. That was obvious in the first half. And so this first drive, you want to continue that. You want to see good decision-making. You want to see him playing on time. And as always, delivering the football with that.
I mean, I don't know how I don't give him the football. It's the reason I built the lead. He's the guy that I can trust. This offense is built around him. So I expect more of the same here in the second half.
Fires to the wideout. Incomplete thanks to the great defensive pressure there that sort of threw them out of rhythm.
And there's an example of what happens when the quarterback doesn't have a chance to set his feet. The pressure just forced him to have to work off schedule a little bit. And I think because of that, he wasn't able to be as accurate as he wanted to be.
Notre Dame facing a 3rd and long, trying to keep this drive alive. On the move. Breaks into the open. And it is a good idea to gang tackle. First guy couldn't get him,
quarterback position. Basically, you should call them running backs who throw the ball really well now.
And guys, you know the other thing that happens here is that sets up the next play because you've sort of left the defensive line gassed trying to run down the quarterback.
Oh, you got to be in shape, chasing him around all day on design runs, on scrambles, and, you know, it's just, and the +1 advantage you get by having that guy. It's so hard to defend.
The Irish come to the line facing second and short. Trying to make that rush think on the draw play here. He's in open space downfield. Flying down the right side. Touchdown, Irish! And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing.
I love the execution on that play. Great blocking up front just to get the ball carrier an opportunity in the second level of the defense. And then at that point, it was make a guy miss and use the speed. That was a perfectly executed play.
Fielded in the end zone. It's Gibson. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Clemson ready to dial up some ball plays. They've got it on offense. Trailing by 3 touchdowns. If you're going to get back in it, David, the time to start is right now.
Got to start now. Defense giving up points on that last possession. Again, the offense is going to have to score, and Jesse probably score pretty quickly.
Yeah, you got to go tempo. You're going to have to try to fit in as many plays as you can throughout the rest of this game. But I think more than that, you've got to eliminate the negative plays. No more penalties and no more turnovers.
Good, solid pickup on that one. They've got it out to the 40, and it's first down.
And as soon as the receiver caught the ball, you saw the quarterback start communicating to his teammates what the next play was going to be because they're now changing the tempo and going fast.
And a really nice job by the wide receiver. You run a drag route, find space. They're in zone coverage. They're not covering man-to-man. Find a little hole. Look at that QB. Y'all get on the same page. You could tell they were, and that's why they got the first down.
With the catch, it's Davidson. Hits him with a stiff arm. A huge play there, and they finally get him out of bounds at the 37. They've done a really good job identifying mismatches, and they find one out of the backfield there.
Reese, I really don't think it's that hard. My guy is better than yours. Find the matchup across the field. Running back's got some speed. Get it in his hands quickly. Throw it to him fast. Let him make somebody miss against a slower guy that's usually a linebacker.
From the red zone, he's going to throw it. Going for 6. Can't make the grab as he was going for 6 right there.
Well, it's a great job by the back end of the defense that time, making up for what the front end of the defense couldn't do. The quarterback had all day to throw that ball, but it was the hit in coverage that forces the incompletion.
They'll ride the running back and leave it with him. He's stopped for no gain again. Back-to-back runs, and they have nothing to show for it except facing a 3rd and long. Offense walks through the line for play number 7 of the drive. Looking to throw, it's Barnett. Unleashes to the end zone. Can't make the grab as he was looking for his man right at the goal line. A famous writer once said, most men lead lives of quiet desperation. Here is a desperate move, going for it on 4th down, trailing by double figures. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Bring in the heat. Picked off to stop the threat. Trying to take it back. The 50. He's inside the 40. He's at the 20. And with the interception, he'll take it all the way back. Touchdown, Notre Dame!
And they come up with a huge pick 6, and that is one of the reasons this defense has been so dominant all season long. They don't give up big plays, but they take the football away. And once they do, they've got better athletes than you do. They're hard to bring down. They can flip the game on a dime.
He'll bring it out. It's Gibson. That gamble did not pay off as they bring him down at the 12-yard line. Opening play of this the play fake on first down to throw. Oh, he's going to try to hit him deep. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces second down.
Hey, man, if you're going to force incompletions when the QB's thrown to the tight end, you better be physical. Nice job with the hit, forcing that incompletion.
Working well behind the sticks on second down. They'll give it to the back. Punches ahead. They'll give him a yard to the 30.
And I think this has probably been the most surprising thing of this game so far. This guy's one of the best running backs in the entire country. They just can't get him going. He's never been able to get into a rhythm. You got to give the defense so much credit because they have been able to shut this guy down, and they got to keep that up here in the second half.
Finds a tight end down the gut. He'll make a play on third down. He's got enough for the first as they mark it at the 32. And the Tigers come to the line with a new set of downs. To the air, it's Underwood. Under fire. They get him at the 42, but he picked up 10 there.
And defensively, you've got to know this guy, man. He's got some wheels to him. He'll get outside the pocket. You can't let him outside the cage. Those ends have to do a good job of keeping contained when you lose it.
Going to throw it over the top of the D. And it falls incomplete, but that could have been disastrous. A defender was right there.
We've seen this offense click and hum, and it's not clicking, and something's a little bit off. And I like the deep shot down the field. At least it wasn't an interception, but they got to find a way.
Pass rush coming after the quarterback, and they get him at the 32.
Man, this defense has played so well, and this offense, they've struggled. They haven't executed greatly. They're going to have to do it against a really good defense who continues to apply pressure. They got to find a way to protect their quarterback a little better.
Makes the grab. It's Gibson. They stop him short of the sticks, and it'll be fourth down. They do believe in this four-down territory stuff. 0 for 4 doesn't stop him from trying a fifth. Fires to the right. Makes the grab ready for the first down. And he'll ramble to the 34 before he's finally knocked down. We've come to the end of the period, and Notre Dame has the lead. This has been a complete obliteration so far, as the third quarter stats will show you. So will the beatdown continue, or is this a comeback for the ages in store? We'll see as we start the fourth. They go back to work with the first down in the final period of this one. Looking downfield on first down. Deep shot for the end zone. It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover. Looking for more room. They finally make the stop, and not only the huge turnover, but the big return has them set up in business.
And as a defensive lineman late in the game, man, when you know it's past, you're pinning your ears back, trying to get to the quarterback, and DBs are trying to do this. Pad them stats, get the INT. Nice job by this D.
The give to the tailback. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
And I know you can play these late game situations differently, but I love when you just stay physical. You run the football, you preserve the lead, you got great field position, you're in a great position to salt this clock away and get a W.
He's knocked down a couple of yards behind the line of scrimmage.
It's going to be tough sledding for the offense here. They're trying to ice this game by running the football and bleeding the clock. They've got a pretty good lead here late in the game, but the defense knows the run's coming, right? So they're going to be loading the line of scrimmage, getting stops like what they just did. Be interesting to see what the offense does on this next one.
The hand to the running back. He breaks a tackle. They stop him after a short game, probably just wanted to mitigate the losses with fourth down coming. The Irish send out the punt unit. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. They finally stop him, but he found some running room on that return and really helps out his offense to start this drive. Clemson has their paws on it, and they'll send out the offense. We've certainly seen better performances from this group. You have to hope that they'll grow from this, but this... Oh, he's got some space. Nice pickup there. Gets him the first down and sets him up at the 45-yard line. Clemson is quick to the line.
The offense has struggled. They're not going to win this game, but trust me, this coaching staff is still trying to find things to build off of for next week. And after an explosive play like that, maybe they can generate just a little bit of momentum and gain a little bit of confidence that they can keep coaching up heading into their next game.
Leaves it with the back. Can't get him to the ground.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
Looking for a man. It's Underwood. Just a short pass to the tight end. He'll step out of bounds. He's at the 33-yard line. This Clemson offense moving quickly down the field. To the air on first down. Quickly to the tight end. And that corner came in hot despite knowing that he was giving up some size.
You just get the feeling this defense is going to make it hard on them, right? They've got the lead. It's late, and they're going to try to tackle everybody.
Fires deep toward the end zone.
And it's just been that kind of day for this quarterback and this offense, guys. They have never been able to get into a rhythm throwing the football. Timing's been off. Accuracy hasn't been great. We've seen some drops. Just not in sync, and that's why they find themselves trailing by a lot right here late in the game.
He wants to throw it again. Going back to the well, another deep ball. Into the house. Touchdown, Tigers. Once the game reaches this point, you start thinking ahead and how you can find something positive to take into the next game.
Dang right. Keep the offense rolling. Try to find some plays that I can use throughout this season that I can have some more success, or I guess have success. I haven't had a lot of success today, but I'm looking for the future.
He'll bring it out. It's Johnson. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. Notre Dame has the ball and ready to get moving. They had this thing in a hammerlock at halftime, and now they are really ratcheting up the pressure, David.
And I tell you what, this offense doesn't have to change a thing, Palmer. They've done what they wanted in the first half and starting off the second half in the same fashion.
And I like how they're letting different guys get involved, too. They've got so many different playmakers all over the field.
After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. Looking to fire. Here comes the heat. Makes the grab on the left side. And he was loose and out the gate and doesn't go down until he gets to the 48-yard line.
A little bit surprising, not going to lie. You've got a big lead like this late in the game, and you're still throwing for it and being aggressive. But, hey, man, it's working. And if it's working, keep calling him, I guess.
The officials stop the clock for the 2-minute timeout, and the offense is that much closer to victory. That big explosive play carries them into plus territory. They'll snap it 1st and 10 from just across the 50. Wants to throw on first down. Got him downfield. Excellent job working through the air. They're finding a hole in that defense and picking up a first down. How impressive has this passing game been today, and it looks as if it's on the verge of carrying them to a top 10 win.
And how about this passing attack? Doing what you want at will against a top 10 team. This is an impressive display, Palmer, earning that early season, mid-season ranking.
I've loved what I've seen, and they're a top 10 team now, but if they're a team that's going to reach the college football playoff, they're going to have to keep throwing it like this. This dude can play under pressure. Now we've got to see him do it week in, week out against the best teams in the nation.
And how about this offense? They're not worried about the clock. They're not worried about the score. They're not worried about early and down, still trying to execute their offense, still trying to make big plays, and they've had a great day so far.
Notre Dame comes to the line trying to convert on 3rd and short. From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. And now on 4th down, they'll try a field goal. He'll need to strike this one cleanly from 48 yards out. Knocked it right through, showing that big range from 48 yards out. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
All right, guys, a little update on what else is happening in college football this weekend. Maryland has the lead right now, but if this team has taught us anything over the years, it's that no lead is safe there in College Park. They're up by 10 over TCU. We've got our eye on things here and everything else going on right now, and any updates, you'll see them here, guys.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us.
It's definitely too early to panic, but there's some bad feelings going on for this offense right now. You're way down on the scoreboard. I know we're still in the first half, but after that last play, it's pretty obvious. You can't run the ball. You're becoming a one-dimensional offense at a time when you need to be able to score some points. So either get it done through the air or you've got to be more physical up front.
It's 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. They'll leave it with him. Trucks through the defender. They can rely on this guy to pick up solid yardage when they need it, and he's out to the 43. Halfway there on 1st down, it's 2nd and 5. Back to throw, it's Underwood. Fires to the middle. And he really needed to hold on to that one, but it was not loose, and 3rd down is coming.
And this is just one of those days, man, where everything has gone wrong, right? Like they just haven't been in a rhythm. They haven't got it going and never built the momentum. This is one of those days that you learn from, you try to grow from. A lot of things that we're going to show in the film room that
he lets it fly. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers.
And it's going to be difficult for this offense, man. Just where are they going to find the plays? You can tell the defense sitting back. They're playing nickel. They're playing dime. So you need some receivers to step up, make some yards after the catch, some contested plays. This offense has got to do something, and they got to do it quick.
Right down the middle. Makes a catch. 1st down and maybe a lot more. He's finally stopped, but not before he takes it into the red zone. They'll mark it at the 18. Timeout is called by the offense. 16 seconds left in the game. They're looking to pass from the red zone. And that's a live ball. Defense falls on the ball. Going to be a turnover. The quarterback tried to make something out of it with his legs, but instead he turns the football over.
And this is what you like about the quarterback. You don't want to handcuff him. You want to give him the freedom and the flexibility to get outside and create. That's where he's brilliant. That's really the added element he brings this offense. You do need to reel him in with respect to the fundamentals and taking care of the football. Just has to do better moving forward.
They get the timeout, and the clock reads 3 seconds. And here we go. Final play of the game right here. They'll give it to him again. Turning it on. Discards him with the stiff arm. And there they go again. Another huge gain on the ground. They get the win. They are now bowl eligible. But when you have a 0 in the loss column, there are much bigger fish to fry.
I think a lot of people thought they'd be 6-0 at this point, too. So we know they're going to a bowl game. Great. But, David, they've got their eyes set on the college football playoff and a national championship. They have that kind of talent. They're not surprised they're 6-0. They're looking to do bigger things.
No, 6-0 is great, but that's not the goal. They want to be 12-0. They want to be 14-0. They want to continue this streak as long as they possibly can. Extremely talented. Nobody's surprised, and their goals are a lot bigger than this.
Thanks so much for spending some time with us. For David Pollack and Jesse